My name is Nathaniel Kofi BRAKOH. I am the secretary for THC2 on food products. I am also an employee with the Ghana Standards Authority. I am a scientific officer with the GSA. So the committee, the THC2, is made up of 8 participating member states from ECOWAS. This comprises Benin, Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Mali, Niger, Nigeria, and then Senegal. So these 8 countries comprise the participating members of THC2. And now let me also mention that the leadership of the THC2 is made up of the secretary coming from Ghana, and then the chair coming from the Republic of Niger. So that's the leadership of the THC2. So, well, the process started way back last year, 2022, and we set off to harmonize 14 different standards that were within the 2 value chains that we are talking about. That's the cassava value chain and then the mango value chain. So we initially split the work into 2 batches. We did the first 4, which were very critical. We did 4 of them. These were gari, dry mango, cassava starch, and the standard for fruit juices. So these were 4 that we did. And then the last 10 were also done later. Now, the process we passed through was that initially we were fortunate for UNIDO to recruit an expert or a consultant to come up with a draft. And this draft, when it was done, were submitted to the THC, which we circulated. We did we did some final fine-tuning and circulated to the member state for them to provide their comments. And this I mean was the public inquiry stage, where we got comments from the various member countries to produce their comments. And when we got the comments, this was like about 2 months period. When we got a comment, then we had the technical harmonization committee meeting. And I must mention that due to the COVID restrictions, we had to hold these meetings virtually, and we did a couple of meetings to cover these standards. And after that, the resulting documents were finalized by the secretariat, and then we forwarded them for balloting by the various member states. And so where we are now, the result of the ballot that we received from the various member states is what myself and the chair are here during this program to continue from where we have gotten to. Yes, I think it's very, very critical for us to harmonize these standards, because if you look at the 2 value chains that we are talking about, cassava and mango, particularly cassava, if you look at the ECOWAS sub-region, almost all the countries within the sub-region, everywhere you go, you see cassava, you see cassava dishes, different types of meals that are produced from cassava. And we also produce cassava in all these areas, and we trade in cassava in all these areas. So I think it's very, very important to harmonize standard in this. If we are talking about reducing poverty in our sub-region, then a crop like cassava is a very, very important crop that can facilitate our goal in reducing poverty in the sub-region. Same goes to mango, and fortunately we have a climate that supports the growth and production of mango all across the sub-region, and so it's something that's very important. If you go to almost all the countries, you'll notice that you have farmers, especially Burkina Faso, Sierra Leone, I mean across, you see farmers producing huge quantities of these fruits, and most of them are targeting shipping these fruits to the Europe and other Western countries. And if we are able to harmonize standards and raise the quality of these fruits and the products that we are processing from these, then we are able to access markets in these other countries, and this will bring a very significant amount of foreign exchange to our countries, and therefore reduce poverty and also make comfortable the life of our farmers and our SMEs. And so that is why I think it's very, very important for us to harmonize standards in these value chains. So it is our expectation that fortunately we had a very good outcome, a very good response during our balloting run, and although not all the members were able to return their ballots, but we have more than let's say majority of the countries that approved of the document, and so as it stands, technically the technical harmonization committee has done a good job, and the documents have been approved by the member states. So we only are recommending, our recommendation at this conference is that the technical management committee will approve of these documents. That's our target. Let me also mention exactly, as I mentioned, we'll also want to share our gratitude to the sponsors. I think UNIDO is doing very well. UNIDO has supported ECOWAS in this harmonization work over the years, and I think this effort is something that is highly appreciated. It's very a valuable contribution that UNIDO is making to the sub-region, and I think it's very commendable, and I must mention it. We also thank all the members of the TMC for their encouragement and their participation and all that they have done during this conference that we have been. I want to say thank you also to ECOWAS, especially for organizing this conference and ensuring that we're able to harmonize standards and are able to ensure that quality issues are brought to the level that is required in the sub-region. I want to say thank you very much.